Welcome. If you are unfamiliar, there's been some news in the social media world. Elon Musk has implemented, the now owner of Twitter, has now implemented a read limit or post limit to what you can view. For verified users, it's 6,000 posts read per day. And for unverified users, it's 600 posts per day. Now, they've stated in the future, in the next coming months, the verified users will be bumped up to 10,000 posts read per day, and the unverified users will be bumped up to 1,000 posts read per day. Now, there is a new kid on the block. Instagram Threads. Instagram Threads is going to be implemented to basically be a Twitter competitor, Twitter alternative, right? There's been a lot of backlash as far as the limit. Now, when my wife initially told me this, I just kind of laughed and scuffled a little bit because, whatever. I get it. I understand. And I told her, if I bought Twitter, look, he overpaid for Twitter, right? What was it, $44 billion, something like that? He knows that. I know that. We all know that. So call it what you want. He's basically nickel and diming to try to get as much profit as possible for this app that he just purchased roughly a year ago. Now, is it possible for somebody to read 600 posts per day? And here's my question. Maybe you know, and if you do know, please let me know in the comments. Is that 600, does it mean each time you scroll past a post, does that count? Or do you actually have to stop on the post for half a second and then keep scrolling? Does that count as a read? Does every time you scroll, if you scroll like this, like give it a good swipe and you go through 20, 30 posts, does that count as 20 or 30 reads out of the 600? I do not know. Or do you have to actually stop and touch a tweet to expand it and then read it? Does that count as a read? I don't know. However, my wife was showing me there are some people that there was a tornado warning, right? Or weather warning. And they're in the Midwest. And they were trying to get weather warnings for tornado watch. And it said, you've reached your limit, so they couldn't get their alerts basically from Twitter. Although there's other apps you can use, mainly a weather app, to get your warnings and information. However, Instagram Threads, very interesting, new kid on the block, as I mentioned. So it'll be interesting to see Instagram Threads. Now, they've looked to capitalize on other apps' misfortunes or on other applications' downfalls, so to speak. They released Instagram Reels to compete against TikTok with that style of scrolling and that style of video. And they also competed against I can't remember the other app, but that's besides the point. Now, it'll be very interesting to see how well this app performs, right? Now, this is a standalone app. Meta, who owns Instagram, who owns WhatsApp, who owns Facebook, who owns Instagram. I maybe already said that, but they're releasing this as a standalone app, meaning it's not going to be featured in the Instagram app per se. It's going to be its own app. You're going to have to go to either the Google Play Store to download it, or you're going to have to go to the Apple Play Store to download it, App Store. However, if you have now you do not have to have an Instagram account to participate in this app. However, It gives you extra features. It ties into Instagram if you already have an Instagram account and handle, because that Instagram handle is going to be portrayed on this Threads app, basically. So if your handle on Instagram is ABC123, your handle on Instagram Threads is going to be ABC123. So it'll tie in. It will, if you follow whoever you follow on Instagram, you'll automatically get the feed and or Twitter-like experience from your followers and or the people you follow on Instagram Threads. If you block or if you have blocked somebody on Instagram, they will automatically be blocked on this Instagram Threads. So you can see how they tie into each other. It'll be interesting to see the experience. Now, this drops on July the 6th. So what, like in just a couple of days, Thursday, Friday, whenever that is, I'm not sure. But it'll be very interesting. I know I keep on repeating myself, but I am intrigued to see how this app does. Can they pull some people away from Twitter and get them to use Instagram Threads? They've been pretty successful in the past with this marketing strategy and it's a very popular marketing strategy. Many other businesses do this, whether it's in social media or technology or grocery stores or T-Mobile or can't point behind me because there's a T-Mobile right behind me. But when your competitor, when they fall behind or they trip or they do something that gets their consumer in a roar, disgruntled, upset for whatever reason, the other company's there to scoop them up because they know a percentage of those people they can scoop up, or a percentage of those people that download Instagram Threads to try it, they'll hold on to them. And that's good for business. That's good for advertisers. The more numbers, the better. So the more users, the better. The more daily interactive users, the better. Better means more money. I'm going to download it just to see what it's like. Now, here's the thing. I think on the Google Play Store it's live and you can download it. You just can't access it, meaning like sign into it. But it's there to download. I'll put a link. I'm going to check the Apple App Store too. And if it's live on the Apple App Store, I'll go ahead and link it in the description box. So check the description box. I'll go ahead and link everything for you there. I'll make it easy for you. You don't have to go around searching. Just click the link in the description box. I think they can be successful with this if they mimic the look, the feel, the replies, the retweets, or however rethread, whatever they're going to call it. If you can mimic what Twitter does, because the people that leave Twitter, the people that are outraged over this is not me, right? I don't care, to be honest with you. I use Twitter just for promotional stuff, and I jump off of it, just like I do with every other social app. There's too much on there to get distracted. I have way too much going on during the day. I purposely don't look at stuff because I don't want to get distracted. I get on there, post, I get off. However, I do have an account across all social medias. If they can mimic the look and feel of Twitter, the people that are disgruntled, the people that are more likely to leave and or try Instagram Threads are, in my opinion, more likely to stay on Instagram Threads if they can mimic Twitter, because the person that leaves lives on Twitter all day probably, and they probably reach their limit by lunchtime. That seems like a lot. That's what I'm saying. I think 600 has to do with actual scrolling. I think that, I don't know, again, I have no idea, but and I should know if I'm making this video, but I just don't know. That's a lot of reads. They're on Twitter all day, right? So they're most likely going to want to, if it can look and feel and mimic just like Twitter. I'm not saying a carbon copycat. Now, I don't know what the trademark or the copyright laws are with a digital, obviously logos and stuff. I know that, but as far as apps are concerned, can you basically carbon copy an app? Now, I doubt it. You can sue anybody for anything, so I'm sure Twitter would sue Instagram or Meta if they literally carbon copied it, but they don't have to carbon copy it. They could basically retool a couple things, but basically act the same, normal. They can throw their little whatever they want in their Meta stuff, but if they can, I'm interested to see what this looks like. So I'm going to download it, check it out. I want to see how well this does. I'm going to personally use it not only to see how it does, but as another marketing tool, right? To get more followers, to market, and you should too. Whether you're trying to sell yourself, whether you're trying to sell a product, whether you're trying to sell a service, whatever, this will be cool to see how this all plays out. That's very interesting. Now, Elon Musk, love him, hate him, or indifferent. I'm kind of indifferent. Obviously he's in tech, and I am too, technically, but I do like him. I just don't love him or hold him on this pedestal, right? He's a human being that's got a lot of money that, does cool stuff. Probably what I would do if I had billions of dollars. But if this doesn't go well, and I guarantee you, if Instagram Threads starts to take off, meaning they're getting they're getting users, they're getting active daily users, and Twitter active daily users go down, engagement goes down, I guarantee you he's going to pull it. And he'll look for some other way to profit off of his investment on Twitter, or of Twitter. So, he's just kind of playing with stuff. I guarantee somebody in the boardroom gives him a list of ideas. A team gives him a list of ideas of how we can make money. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and they discuss every option. And this was just one of the ones that kind of stuck in his mind and thought could have a chance. And if it doesn't do well, he'll pull it, right? He's not a traditional, we're going to stick with this till the wheels fall off. No, if it's not working, we're going to pull it out. Just like for those of y'all that watch NFL football, right? If you draft a quarterback high in the draft, and he's not let's say you have a starter, right? A veteran. And you're like, no, we're sticking with the veteran. The rookie needs to sit on the bench. He needs to learn. Well, after the first couple of games, if that veteran isn't playing well, most 9 out of 10 coaches in franchise will kind of ride with the veteran and, stick it out. But the good, the smart, the innovative coaches will yank that veteran and throw the starter in there. If something's not working, fix it, right? So I think he has that same mentality. And that's the same mentality I have. If it's not working, let's fix it. I'm open to any idea. If it makes sense to me, let's try it. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna keep a close eye on this and update the channel. I know this is kind of off topic for what we normally do, which is discuss mobile technology, but this is mobile technology, right? It's just not a physical product you can hold in your hand. However, it is on a phone, which is mobile technology, which fits in your hand. So subscribe to the channel. We do tech news, reviews, trends, anything in between. If it's mobile technology, we do it. So subscribe to the channel. If you got any questions, if you want to correct me on something, please do. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So if I've misspoken on something, or the Twitter read limit rules, please let me know. I got 90% of the information. Sometimes there's just a few things that slip the cracks, but I gotta go. So we'll check y'all later, and take care. Peace out.